There are only so many hours in our day, and there are only so many hours that we have to spend on our business. And so, when you are a newer entrepreneur, or maybe you've been an entrepreneur for a little while, but you're still working another job, or you are raising a family while starting a business, your time is extremely valuable. And then it can also be challenging to figure out where to focus that time. I don't know about you, but even as an entrepreneur for a few years now, there are still days where I'm like, okay, what should I be doing? So I want to just kind of break this down for you, and we're going to think about 3 areas that you should be focusing on, and we're going to break it up into time blocks, because it's really easy to say that we should do these things, but if we don't actually schedule them or think about when they are going to fit into our day or our week, it's easy for the days and the weeks to go on and we don't actually get to the really important things that we need to do to grow a business. So if you think about your day, and we're going to break it up into morning, afternoon, and evening. So if you have a job, maybe this is before work, doing a little bit of work in your business during your lunch break, and then after work. If you have kids, maybe it's before they wake up or during their nap time or in the evening, or maybe a spouse is home to watch them for an hour while you work on your business. However that might be, you might not break it up like this, but I'm just going to go with this example. You may have a full 6 to 8 hours to devote strictly to your business, so you may kind of pick your blocks, how it makes sense to you. But I want to think about this as 3 distinct time blocks in your day. If you don't have that much time in your day and you need to spread this out and you do three distinct time blocks in your week, make it work for you, right? So the first time block and the first focus that you need to make sure that you're spending some time in is content. And then we're going to talk a little bit more about that, but I want to tell you all 3 areas first. The second is going to be sales. So essentially, in order to have a business, you need to have sales coming in. So that's going to be another area to focus on that many entrepreneurs like to overlook. A lot of us don't like the word sales. It feels slimy, right? Like we don't want to do sales, excuse me. But essentially, we need sales in order to have a business. And then the third area where you're going to spend time is on your clients. So you're going to spend time delivering an amazing product to your clients. You might spend time with your one-on-one clients, and you'll spend a little time on client retention. So making sure they're satisfied, follow-up, testimonials, that kind of stuff. So content, sales, and clients. So content's probably the biggest piece, and this encompasses a lot. I want to look at content in 2 different ways. So the first way is kind of this idea of content marketing. And then the second is content in the sense that you are creating content for your clients. So maybe you're creating a program or you're creating content for a membership site or something like that. So I think that a lot of that kind of content can be put in the bucket of working with clients. But you might spend some of your time in your content time block creating content for a program or product that you want to put out there. But the bulk of your content is going to fall under that content marketing bucket. And the whole goal here is to get leads coming into your business. So you always want to have leads coming into your business, and that should be a focus of yours. Every week you should be having new leads coming into your business. So it's an important area that we need to spend time on. So the whole goal here of content is to essentially get a lead into your business, which in the online space, that is a new email subscriber or a new person that you are communicating with or somebody new in your Facebook group. I guess there's different ways you could connect with this potential lead, but getting them on your email list is the best way to go about doing that, because that's where you can really build the relationship. So when you are spending time on your content, there's a lot of different places you could spend time with content. You could create content for social media, you could do videos, you could do blogs, you could create content for emails. So there's these different avenues that you have to put content out there, but I want to talk about 3 main pieces of content that you're going to focus on. One is you're going to create content that connects with people. And this is really content like storytelling, telling your story. This is asking questions and answering questions. So we want to connect with people, and this is especially important in email and social media, and video, because somebody gets to actually see you. But we want to connect with people so that they feel like they can get to know us and they can trust us, because people are not going to buy from us until they feel like they can trust us. So we have we have connection content. And then the second piece of content that you're going to put out there with the end goal to get leads is educational content. So this does 2 things. So for one, it kind of continues to build trust by building your authority in your field. You know what you're talking about. You're putting content out there to show you know what you're talking about. And then the other piece of the educational content is you are letting your clients know that they have this problem and you understand the problem, and you're showing them your unique solution and how you can help them solve this problem, right? So I know what it's like to be a new entrepreneur. I know what it's like to feel overwhelmed. I know what it's like to not quite know where to spend your time. I know what it's like to put stuff out there and hear crickets, right? And that's what many of you might be going through or have gone through or can relate to that. And so I want to give you these 3 areas of focus, and I also want to give you grace. It doesn't have to be perfect, but these 3 areas of focus to grow your business and take steps to get clients and to get leads and to make sales so that you have a business next year. Because if you get too bogged down instead, making your website super pretty or worrying so much about your branding, or spending all this time putting social media content out there, and you're not bringing leads into your business and you're not getting sales and you're not having clients, you're not going to have a business for long. Okay, so anyways, you want to let your clients know that they have a problem, for one, you understand their problem, and that you can solve it. So that's kind of the piece of educational content. And then the final piece is really dialed in marketing content. And this, another way to think of marketing content is it's persuasive copy. So you are persuading somebody to do something. Essentially, it is to opt into your email list or to buy something from you. So persuasive copy, you will find this a lot on landing pages, sales emails, or paid advertisements. So this is a really important piece of your content because it's going to essentially turn somebody away from you or have them get out their wallet and buy from you. So it's a super, super important part of content. And when you're newer, you're going to have to spend a little time understanding this part of content. And I'd rather you spend time on that side of content than just putting social media posts up randomly. Because once you can get that message down, then you can just go back and kind of check in on it, make sure that it's still converting well, make sure that people are opting into your landing pages. You can make it better as you go, but it shouldn't be something that like every day you have to go in and rewrite your landing page, right? So that's a big part of online businesses, is really understanding this marketing content and writing persuasive copy. Okay, so that's going to be a bulk of your time. And a lot of people, I will say, get stuck in the content. And I understand why, because there is a lot to do in content. But it's really important that we also make sure that we schedule time for sales and working with clients. So sales, this really happens a lot with consultation calls or, private messages in Instagram or Facebook or wherever it is that you spend your time. So this is really an opportunity to do one-on-one conversations with people, answer their questions that they have, make sure that they feel comfortable, that they trust you. And your whole goal here is to get them kind of off the fence. So they're a warm lead and your goal is to turn them into a hot lead where they buy from you. So one of the best ways to do that is to get on the phone with people. So if you're newer and you're just looking for one-on-one clients right now, like schedule some of those consultation calls during your lunch break or after work or, before, I don't know, after the kids go to bed, whenever you can do it, that it makes sense. But that's a great way for you to hear your clients' problems, hear their objections, and to essentially turn them into a paying client. Now, as you grow, you may hire somebody. You may hire somebody on your team that's going to DM people, follow up with phone calls, that kind of stuff. But for now, this is something where you can spend your time that will actually give you a return on your investment. So instead of just putting posts out there on social media and waiting to see if anybody engages in it, even though engagement doesn't mean they're going to buy from you, you can actually block some time off in your schedule for call it connection calls, consult calls, whatever you want to call it, but they're free calls where your goal is to get them to buy from you. And then the final piece of where you're going to spend your time and where essentially makes up your business, and this is going to be your reputation, is what you offer to your clients. So if you're doing one-on-one work with your clients, then that literally might be the 3-hour time block that you have for clients. It is back-to-back 1-hour phone calls with them or Zoom calls or in person, whatever that is. If you are focusing more on like a membership site or a group program or something like that, you might be creating content for that group program or that membership site, or you might be doing like group videos or whatever that is. And then there's going to be that piece of that where you are also kind of maybe not working with people one-on-one, but you are just coming up with the content and the ideas for the membership site for the rest of the year. So that's your final piece, is actually working with clients. And I understand when you start your business, you may not have any clients, but part of business is that you need to block time off to work with those clients. Now, of course, as you grow, maybe you're going to hire accountability coaches. Maybe you're going to hire other, professionals in your industry that can help make your clients' experience better. You're going to start to work on really making your clients' experience amazing and scaling your time as you grow. But for now, when you're newer, a great way to go about it is spend some time on content. Spend some time getting on the phone with people and book people into those one-on-one sessions with you so that you start learning, you start getting clients in the door, and then you have money to go out and invest in yourself so that you learn more and can grow in business, and to invest in your business so that you can grow, because we very often are the bottlenecks in our business. So the more that we can invest in ourselves and in our business and in our minds, then we are going to be able to grow. And it is really hard to do that when you continue to spend money in your business and not have money in. So I really want to make the case to try to get clients sooner than later. Everything does not have to be perfect before you get your first client. You don't have to charge your premium price right away. Just do your best to start getting leads in and working and practicing on turning those leads into paying clients. All right, thank you.